Well, I belong to that species of human being called the Palghat Brahmin. As I am fond of telling my audiences, the Palghat Brahmin comes in four varieties. They are cooks, they are crooks, they are civil servants, or they are musicians.
मैं
These are the
मानवों
four
की उस
varieties.
प्रजाति का हिस्सा हूं जिन्हें पालघाट ब्राह्मण कहा जाता है। इनकी चार किस्में पाई जाती हैं: रसोइये, धोखेबाज, सिविल सर्वेंट और संगीतकार। मैं समझता हूं मुझ में थोड़ी बहुत ये सारी खूबियां हैं। मैं अच्छा खाना बनाता हूं, मैं थोड़ा बहुत धोखेबाज भी हूं, मैं सिविल सर्वेंट हूं, मैं संगीतकार भले ही ना हूं लेकिन संगीत की समझ मेरे अंदर है।
ये हैं TN सेशन, जिन्होंने एक जमाने में एक बहुचर्चित जुमला बोला था, आई ईट पॉलिटिशियंस फॉर ब्रेकफास्ट।
Namaskar everyone, welcome to topic of the day. In this video, we will know about T N Seshan. He was in the news because recently Supreme Court, while mooting the idea of including the Chief Justice of India in the selection process for the Chief Election Commissioner, made a reference to the contributions of late Chief Election Commissioner T N Seshan and hearing petitions seeking reforms in the system of appointing election commissioners. The court said a chief election commissioner should be someone with character who does not allow himself to be bulldozed, and that a person like late T N Seshan happens once in a while. Now let's look at the career of T N Seshan. He was an Indian civil servant who joined the Indian Administrative Service in 1955 and served in various positions of the central government, including the Secretary to the Atomic Energy Commission and Joint Secretary at the Department of Space. He was appointed 18th Cabinet Secretary of India in 1989 and later served as a member of Planning Commission. He was appointed as the 10th Chief Election Commissioner of India and served from 1990 to 1996, and he became known for his electoral reforms. Now let's look at the electoral reforms of T N Seshan. The appointment of T N Seshan as the 10th Chief Election Commissioner was the beginning of new chapter in the history of India's parliamentary democracy. Established in 1950 as the constitutional authority to hold free and fair elections in India, the Election Commission of India was not more than an observer of elections until 1990. But T N Seshan redefined the status and visibility of Election Commission of India. He was largely successful in curbing electoral malpractices in the country. At the time when it was normal to bribe voters, Session enforced the authority of Election Commission as per its provisions laid down in the Constitution. He changed the process of conducting elections in the nation and introduced a list of 150 malpractices during elections, including distribution of liquor, bribing voters, ban on writing on walls, use of religion in election speeches, etc. He cancelled or ordered repolling in those areas where irregularities were reported, and he also deployed paramilitary forces in sensitive areas. T N Seshan was also instrumental in introducing photo identity cards or voter ID cards for voters as a means to check fraudulent voting, and Model Code of Conduct in its present form was codified in his tenure. He implemented Election Commission's Model Code of Conduct seriously and forced everyone to realize that this constitutional body can even bite. Now let's look at the other reforms of T N Seshan. He also enforced spending limits on candidates during polls. He also started the practice of appointing election officials from states other than the one facing polls. Now let us know T N Seshan's rift with government and expansion of Election Commission of India. In 1993, during the Session's term, the PV Narasimha Rao-led Congress government expanded the Election Commission to a 3-member panel with all commissioners holding equal powers. Opposing this, Session approached the Supreme Court alleging that the move was introduced to curb his power. His petition was dismissed by the court, and it held the concept of plurality is writ large on the face of Article 324, Clause 2, whereof clearly envisages a multi-member election commission comprising the Chief Election Commissioner and one or more election commissioners. And because of his contributions, T N Seshan won the Ramon Magsaysay Award for the government service in 1996. Now let's look at the question which is based on our today's discussion. Consider the following statements relating to T N Seshan. He served as the 11th Chief Election Commissioner of India from 1996 to 2001. He also served as the 18th Cabinet Secretary of India. Which of the following statements given above are correct? Answer is B, because first statement is not correct. So with this, let's conclude our today's discussion. Thanks for listening. For regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.